Hi, I'm Pradeep Hallar. Today I am going to discuss about the microorganism of standard 8. We can observe the organism like some animals like some cat, dog or the rat. Whereas in the plants like the mango, banyan tree, all are the observed by our open eyes. Do you ever think that may some organism present which are quite invisible for our naked eyes? Generally, in our surroundings, there present a huge amount of smallest organism. We cannot observe them by our naked eyes. This type of smallest organism are termed as a microorganism. Now, to observe the microorganism, we are using one type of instrument that known as a microscope. Microscope, on the basis of viewing media, microscope will be two types. One is the light microscope. In this microscope, the light are act as a viewing media, whereas the electron rays are act as a viewing media in the electron microscope. Now the light microscope, on the basis of number of lens, the light microscope are two types, simple and the compound. Simple light microscope means the microscope contain only one lens and the viewing media will be the light. Whereas the compound light microscope contain two lenses. One lens near to the specimen, that known as a objective lens, and another one just near to the eye, that known as a eyepiece lens. And the viewing media will be the light. This type of microscope are termed as a compound light microscope. In our lab, they are present a huge number of compound light microscope. Now, already we know that these are the instruments which help to observe the microorganism. Now, where the microorganism present? In every environmental condition, the microorganism will be present. But the activity are quite slow down in the winter region or the polar region and hot temperate region. These are the habitat. Now, the next one, types of microorganism. Before discussing the types of microorganism, we have to discuss about a basic portion that known as a cell. What is cell? Cell means the basic unit of life. Cell is generally termed as a basic unit of life. Why? Because every organism are made by one or more cell. That's why it is termed as a basic unit of life. Generally, the cell having two things. One is the covering. It's maybe the in case of the plant cell, the plant body formed by the specialized cell that known as a plant cell. The plant cell contains a thick outermost covering that known as a cell wall, which is absent in animal cell, and just below the cell wall we are going to find some living thin cell covering that known as a cell membrane. So the plant cell are having two cell covering. One is the thick one, that thick non-living cell covering that known as a cell wall, and another one is the cell membrane, thin living cell covering. Whereas the cell wall is absent in animal cell. Animal cell contain only the thin outermost covering that known as a cell membrane. Now the inner portion of the cell, these are known as a protoplasm. And this protoplasm generally the mixture of nucleus and cytoplasm. Nucleus means the brain of the cell, because nucleus control all the activity of the cell, whereas the cytoplasm means the fluid portion within which the cell organelles are floating. This is the basic part of the cell. Now one well developed nucleus having the 4 parts, suppose these are the nucleus having the 4 parts. The outer covering of the nucleus is known as a nuclear membrane. The fluid present within the nucleus that termed as a nucleoplasm. The fibers present within the nucleus that known as a nucleofiber. And one small round shaped organelle present within the nucleus that known as a nucleolus. So these are the well defined nucleus having the 4 parts: nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleofiber and nucleolus. On the basis of nuclear structure, the cell are 2 types: prokaryotic without the definite nucleus. It means the nucleus does not contain these 4 parts. The nuclear membrane and the nucleolus will be absent in prokaryotic cell nucleus. And on the other hand is the eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell. The nucleus having the well developed nucleus. It means the nucleus having the 4 parts: nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleofiber and nucleolus. On the basis of cell number, the organism will be 2 types: unicellular organism. It means the organism are formed by the single cell like the amoeba, and the multicellular organism. It means the organism contain huge number of cells. We have the multicellular organism. Now this is the cell. Now the types of microorganism. Generally on the basis of the cell, the microorganisms are 2 types, classified into the 2 types or 2 categories. One is the cellular microorganism. Cellular microorganism means the microorganism formed by the cell. Now within the cellular microorganism we can get the bacteria, fungi, algae and protozoa. Now we have to read about the definition of this type of microorganism. The first one is the bacteria. Bacteria is unicellular prokaryotic plant. When we observe the bacteria structure, suppose this is a bacteria. The bacterial cell contains a thick outermost covering that known as a cell wall. That's why they belong to the plant group. Now, bacteria contain only one cell, so it's unicellular in nature. And within the cell, the nucleus present, but the nucleus are without the nuclear membrane and the nucleolus. That's why the bacteria cells nucleus are prokaryotic in nature or ill-developed in nature. So what are the bacteria? Bacteria are the unicellular prokaryotic plant. Example of bacteria: Vibrio cholerae. Now the next one is fungi and algae. Do you ever observe the chlorophyll-less plant? Generally, in some particular region, or if we store the bread for 2 or 3 days without taking any precaution, after 2 or 3 days, we can observe a yellowish thick layer will be created on the bread. Or suppose, do you ever observe about the fungi or the mushroom, this type of structure? These are the mushroom. Or if the rotten bread contain this type of structure. These are known as a bread mold. This type of chlorophyll-less plant are known as a fungi. Algae. When we are working through the paddy field, we can observe that a green layer present on the soil of the paddy field. This green layer means the chlorophyll containing plant are termed as a algae. Now, these are the green layer present on the paddy field. Generally, it commonly termed as blue-green algae. Blue-green algae. Blue-green algae. Generally, when you observe the structure of the algae or the fungi, they are contain a similar type of structure. In algae, the chlorophyll is or the green pigment is present, whereas in fungi, the green pigment or chlorophyll are absent. Now, when we observe the structure of algae and fungi, we cannot differentiate their body parts into the root, leaves or stem. It suddenly seems that all the body parts are equal and undifferentiated. This type of body structure are termed as a thallus. So algae and fungi's body parts are equal and undifferentiated. That known as a thallus. And the organism contain the thallus, they are termed as a thallophyton. So what will be the fungi? Fungi will be the thallophyton without chlorophyll. The thallophyton without chlorophyll. Whereas the algae will be the thallophyton having chlorophyll. Clear? Now, bacteria, fungi and algae, both are the cellular, these three are the cellular, but their cell contain the cell wall. So these three belong to the plant category. Now on the another one is protozoa. Proto means primitive. Zoa means animals. The primitive animals. Now, if we draw the diagram of amoeba, this is a amoeba. Now, amoeba cells are bounded by the thin living covering that known as a cell membrane. So, cell wall is absent, and we know that in animal cells, cell wall is absent. So, amoeba will be the unicellular microscopic primitive animals. Clear? Now these four types of microorganisms contain the cell are made by the cell. That's why they are the cellular microorganism. Another type of microorganism also present. They are that known as a non-cellular microorganism. Non-cellular microorganism. Non-cellular microorganism means the microorganism does not contain any cell. And within the non-cellular microorganism, we are going to discuss about the virus. So virus will be a non-cellular microorganism. Now, why the virus termed as a non-cellular microorganism? When we observe the structure of the virus, every virus contains a thick outermost covering which is made by the protein and lipid that known as a capsid. It's the capsid. Now, within the capsid, protoplasm will be absent. Protoplasm means mixture of cytoplasm and the nucleus. So, these two components are absent. Within the capsid, only the genetic material materials like DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, or the RNA, ribonucleic acid present. So in case of the virus, within the capsid there is absence of cytoplasm or the cell organelles. That's why the virus termed as a non-cellular microorganism. Clear? Generally, virus are also known as the intermediate stage of life. When the virus enter into the host body, host means those organisms which providing the shelter for the parasite or someone. Now, when the virus enter into the host body or enter into the living organism's body, they are behaving like the living organism. But when the virus out of the living host body, they are behaving like the non-living organism. That's why the virus are also known as the intermediate stage of life. One of the most important virus is HIV virus, which causing the AIDS. Polio virus causing the polio. All are the virus. So these are the types of the microorganism. Hope you are understanding this topic. We will get through this and we will going to discuss the remaining portion in our later video. Okay, till then, bye and thank you.